Alright, so this is a quick review and really just an unboxing review of the Lenovo tab2 a10. We give you a bit of background. This is not a high-end tablet. I think it's actually a few years old. It's not going to run a major game or anything on it. It's not meant you're not going to conduct a lot of business on this tablet. This was actually purchased because we needed something to put on our treadmill because it didn't come with a television, and we were thinking, well, we want this treadmill or that treadmill, and we basically made the final decision on whether or not we were just going to buy a tablet to stick on it all the time, or if we were going to actually, get a treadmill with an integrated system into it. We went with the treadmill without the integrated system because it made more sense for us just to put a tablet on the display mounting on the treadmill. So that's the backstory to why we have this new tablet. We went with Lenovo mostly because we trust the brand. We have Lenovo laptops. We trust them. They're fairly robust. There's been some ins and outs of Lenovo that we're not liking lately, but for the most part, we like Lenovo's. This particular package came from Amazon. It was $129 at the time when we bought it. I think it's gone up a little bit in price, but it's a 10.1 inch. That's the other thing. We wanted a bigger tablet because the Samsungs that we had were smaller, and if you went up to the 10 inch, it just got exorbitantly expensive to the point we didn't want to pay that much money for it. We've spent under $200 on this, under $150 on this, and this one actually came with a protector, which, of course, because my wife didn't like the color, we had to buy another protector to go with it. So it's got a purple one on there, even though it came with a perfectly good blue one, but that's neither here nor there. Quick specs on it: 1280, 800 screen resolution. It's a processor, 1.3 gigahertz, nothing crazy. 1 gig of RAM. So you're not talking about, you're not going to conduct major business. You're going to have 1,000 windows open. You're not going to be able to multitask terribly well on this tablet, but it'll do the job. I mean, it'll equate to a decent phone nowadays, but you're not looking at a huge business-oriented tablet. This is meant for entertainment, mild business keeping, checking emails, that kind of stuff. If you're doing stuff over on Google Cloud, the cloud service at Google Drive, yeah, sure, it works just fine. Good connection to the internet, 9-hour battery life when you first get it on manageable settings. Now, if you're watching Netflix for 4 hours, yeah, you can expect it to probably be dead after 5, but most people aren't going to do that with this tablet. And again, we bought it for the 30 minutes we were on a treadmill and for just general entertainment when our son wants to watch something on TV and we just want to listen to the headphones, the tablet on, that kind of stuff. Like, as I'm doing this, my wife actually is watching Netflix on the same tablet. So this is what it looks like as you're unboxing. You peel it off. This one has a blue back to it. Not that it matters, considering we just put a cover on it. And I can't really tell you much about the glass outside of we always put a tempered glass protector over all of our tablets, phones, everything. Runs Android, and that's what we like the most. We were not big Apple people. We don't really like Apple all that much. We don't like dealing with the constant updates and the operating system changeovers. This runs Apple 5, so I think that's Marshmallow is what they call that. But I believe this one came KitKat, and it upgrades to Marshmallow. That's what I think. So I think it goes from like 4.4 to 5.1 when we purchased it. Weighs just over a pound. This one again was navy blue. 8 megapixel webcam on the rear-facing webcam, so you can take pictures. You can send emails. You can do basic stuff like that. Honestly, if you were a teacher and you wanted to, like my wife and I are both teachers, if you wanted to be a teacher and have one of these, this would do the job. If your school doesn't provide a tablet or they provide laptops and you want to walk around your classroom and still do your work, this would be good for you. You would find the screen's big enough, the keyboard on it's friendly enough. I'm not doing a good job of holding this thing in front of the camera because it was upside down and I was confused. But I mean, you're talking, it's really not terrible. As far as the speed, it's been working great. It's very fast, very intuitive. It's the setup was very quick. The one issue I have on it, and this is just a very nitpicky thing, if I'm watching a video on YouTube on a playlist and I want to hit skip, you got to really hit that skip button dead on. And I think that might just be the YouTube app as it relates to the Lenovo, but that's the only thing that felt a little non-responsive. Other than that, this thing has been just a champ. It's run great. It doesn't run hot, even with the case on. It logs right in. I've had to restart it one time to connect to the wireless. But that's about it. That's the only thing I've really had. That's the only complaint I can say I've had. Maybe a little bit of the how will my fingers press against it, but I got thumbs the size of your average giant. So I mean, you're not talking about. I don't have the most dainty fingers and hands. That could be my problem personally. My wife seems to have no problem, but she's tiny. The other issues I can't really say anything bad about it. It just works great, and like I said, it's. Again, if you're doing high-level computing and you're trying to replace like a brand new iPad or a brand new Samsung, I guess, Tab 6 is what they're on. I don't even know what they're on anymore. With a high large amount of RAM and a better processor, you're not going to do it with this. This is not going to run a high end game on there. You can't sit there and use this as a screen for something else. I mean, it's just not what it's built for. But if you're just looking for something for, let's say, a kid that you're like, well, I want my kid to have a tablet because he's been begging for one, or she, this would be a good choice because it already comes with the case. You can get a protector for it for like $5, or like 2 protectors for 10 from Amazon, I think. And it comes right on. There are some peripheries that come with it that are not super expensive. When my wife got her first tablet, the biggest problem she was having was, I want a keyboard to go with it so I have the option to type, but they were just stupidly expensive. The keyboards with these, I want to say, were under $50. So I mean, you're not talking about a huge expense to get a keyboard. So you can have a modified laptop with a touchscreen for under $200, which is kind of cool. It's got storage on it, plus it's got the expansion slot for an SD card. I think it is SIM card ready, so you can technically make this into what amounts to a phone. But I'm not 100% sure about that. And we don't do that at our house. We just got user phones. So overall, this thing's pretty awesome. I enjoy it. The color looks crisp. Everything looked great on it. Like the camera doesn't really do it justice because my lighting's not that great. But I mean, it just looks awesome as it's going through. It was $130, and I think now it's $140. So that's the change in price over a period of about a month. But yeah, there's YouTube. You get to see some of my various musical tastes while I'm working out, and my wife's working out. But yeah, it's just great little device, great little gadget. We hook it right in. Looks great with the case on it. Thanks for watching the video.